Welcome back, everybody. Automotive Inc. Today I'm standing in my driveway. If you guys haven't seen the videos on my 24 Ford Super Duty Loki, make sure you head over to the channel and hit up in the search bar Ford Super Duty. You'll be able to see everything back to the General, which was a 22 Super Duty. Now, before I talk a little bit more about the Ford and that final process, please smash the subscribe button. Helps a small channel out. Thumbs up and notification bells, so you can hear nature's roaring in the background. Everybody's weed whacking everything, and I have an empty driveway and an empty street. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background, guys. I had a 22 Ford Super Duty with a 7.3 Godzilla. That one's called the General. That one actually lost the engine at 6,000 miles. And it did not deter me from buying another Ford. And we had an F-150 in between that. And then in 24, we updated to a 24 Ford Super Duty 7.3 Godzilla Tremor. And we ran that one for about a year and a half. From the initial purchase of it, I had issues with the electrical, and over again we dealt with the electrical issues, taking it to the shop. I will give a shout out to Phil Longford at Denver. My main man Don down there in the service bay was phenomenal. I want to say thank you to my salesperson Deanna. If you're buying a Ford, head down there and check them out. I'm not endorsed by them, but if they're a good dealership, I'm going to give a handshake to them and send people down their way. So Deanna in sales, Don in service, and Phil Longford in Denver. Now, back to business. So Loki had a ton of electrical issues, and a lot of these were safety issues. Some people said just get over it, man, but as far as I'm concerned, if you spend even $1 that you earned working your ass off, then you deserve to get kind of what you pay for and have it last. Well, when these trucks are 50,000 plus these days, I go back to my '08 Super Duty Lariat. Power stroke was 38,000 new. So, I mean, I want it to be right. And to believe it or not, that truck is actually really good. So now we're at Loki's realm, and if you guys haven't checked out those videos, I did a chronological how we did the visit stuff with the actual truck itself and kind of reviewed stuff over the year. Over the year, love the tech, love the truck in its essence. It was a very comfortable truck, very nice truck. Got a lot of compliments on the weird color, the glacier gray. And fast forward to it had been in the shop so many times that we did seek out the Colorado Lemon Law and the Ford buyback program. Now, I did a specific video on that where we talked about that, and basically we came to terms where Ford agreed to buy it back because they could no longer fix the problem, the parasitic drain on the batteries that would then cancel and shut down stuff. At the end, the actual mirrors would fold while I was towing, driving. They would just fold at random, do their own thing. The truck would just be very, very wonky. Now, are any of the trucks these days immune from issues? No, not at all. They never have been since they started making cars and trucks. But it made more sense because trading it off, there was going to be a negative deficit or negative equity, if you will, and carry that into the next loan. And so we really did just finally sit down and say, okay, it made absolute sense. They bought it back for basically a break even, the way they did it. And it worked out for both parties, and according to the dealer, it's going to the crusher. Now, when I talked about where we're going yesterday in my little short that I did, I'll link that down below. There was a lot to think about, meaning I really do love Fords, and there were a lot of viewers that actually had a lot of good comments saying, I can't believe Ford would still have you back as a customer with all the issues. Well, all I can say is yes, I've had three Super Duties that were no good. My 11, I ended up having to trade it because I had engine issues. The 22, the lost the engine at 6,000, and then of course Loki. I've had a lot of other great Fords in between, but yes, Ford would be lucky to bring me back. I've only had one ran with an issue, and then of course most of my Chevys have been flawless actually, and I haven't had a single Chevy or GM product leave me in the dust or have problems like that. But they're not perfect. So somebody asked me the other day, just to kind of tell them, would I buy another Ford? In all crazy analysis, yes, sure. I would buy another Ford. Why? Because I like the way the truck, the interior shapes up. I like the way the functionality of the truck itself. I don't like the quirks, and I don't like spending that kind of money on trucks that have quirks. I did go look at 25s, and I will announce the truck that's going to be coming to the channel tonight. I will do a separate video on that. And this one's coming out early just so we can talk about it, because there's a lot of guys that said, hey, I just bought one, didn't have any problems. Okay, guys, absolutely. And I hope that is the case. That we should all expect to be able to go buy a new truck and have it, small hiccups or something maybe along the way, but we don't want to have problems like that. So Yeah, I'd buy another Ford. Although I can tell you that the 25s aren't much different than the 24s. They changed a couple button configurations and stuff for the cargo lamps and the whatnot. So if you can snag a 24, I know more viewers have said that they've had zero issues than ones that said that they had. So that's good, right? The vast majority are enjoying their trucks. They are ordering them, and maybe they even just had problems with their Chevy, the 24 Chevy or something that they traded off, and so they're moving to Ford, or they had problems with the Ram, they're moving to Ford. And I think that that's perfectly great. And again, I would buy another Ford. One thing that when somebody did say that, would you buy another Godzilla? Okay, the Godzilla Loki, the engine itself, no problems. Towed like a beast. Fair fuel economy for what it is of the era. I mean, say 20 years ago, your 454 is getting 5.6, your V10s are getting 5.67. So, absolutely, I would buy another Godzilla, and I would definitely buy the Godzilla over the 6.8. If your towing needs say that you're over say 10,000, that $1,000-$1,200 ad for the 7.3 is more than well worth it, especially if you get a packaging that gives you the heavier duty torque shift that is also behind the Power Stroke. Those would be my recommendations. If you're under 10, I think 6.8 could make sense, especially if you're trying to save a little bit of money when it comes to that. But for sure, just resale and overall towability, I would highly recommend the 7.3 Godzilla. The 6.8 hasn't been out as long, and so it's just one of those things where I would spend the $1,200 if you're going to buy anything. I would spend that money and get that engine. But I think it's only $1,000, but maybe it's $1,200. So yeah, to wrap up the 24 Ford Super Duty and where we're going tonight, make sure you do subscribe and come back and check out that video where we'll talk about why and where I'm going with it and why it was such a hard decision. But yeah, don't be afraid of Ford and expect from any manufacturer that you could potentially have problems. As always, guys, appreciate you guys being here. We're going to catch you on the next one.